So last class we completed request dispatcher mechanism, right? So after that one, we will start the session tracking mechanisms. So first of all, what is the session tracking mechanism? Why we can use? So as part of the web application, right? Web application development to manage the client's previous requested data at the time of processing the later. For example, let's say um, so you are opening one net banking site, right? So you are able to log in the net banking user. You are giving username and password details. So then you click on the login button. So it will login page again. Login page is open. So in the same way, you are trying again login. You are trying to log in net banking site. So already one request is ongoing on. Let's say first tab you first page you have opened net banking site for HDFC, and second request second page also you are again same thing, you are trying to open same login page. So how it will be processing the request from already one request is already existing. So in second request, how you can get the previous requests, previous request information, previous request information. So 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 by using session tracking mechanism, we can achieve these functionality. So how you can get the previous request data in the request data from the at the time of later processing the request. So apart from that, to achieve this requirement, if we use request object, then container, for example, normally we are using servlet request object, right? You can see previous examples. Let's say include app. Let's say you can take the example include request. Go here, see, from each and every example you are using HTTP servlet request, right? So if you use request object, that container will create the request object. Then if receives request from the client, for example, finally in your application you are using request, say HTTP servlet request, right? So when you giving the in the browser, you are hitting your URL, right? So the corresponding application receive the request from the client, and container will destroy the request object when it dispatch a response to the client. Okay, so let's say example, you are deployed this application into the browser. Okay, you hitted the corresponding request in the browser. Let's say what is the request? Include app. What is the URL pattern? See here, what is my pattern? Go to here. So I'm giving add add form.html. When you add form.html, you are giving the corresponding all the data form you are filling. Just click on the submit, then application will be execution will come to here, and it will execute this data, and finally the response will be sent to the again in this page. Then at the time of sending the client, once the response will be displayed in the browser, the request will be the corresponding HTTP servlet request should be destroyed. Okay, so got my point? You understood this point up to now? Simple, guys, what they are telling, right? So what is the the final conclusion of the corresponding point? When you hit the URL corresponding request, you are filling the form, right? Let's say for example include app. I have a add form HTML. I'm giving proper input values in the form. You are submitting the button, and the corresponding servlet will be executed. The final response should be, again, this is the final response, right? Again, the data will be sent to the browser. After that, the corresponding request object will be destroyed. Okay, so once the corresponding request will be destroyed, due to this reason, this is not sufficient to manage previous information. For example, let's say I have written this, let's say, 1 second. See, this is your request. When you submit, when you are giving the values after submit, right? So finally, the corresponding servlet will execute. The final response will be displayed in this browser. So in that, immediately the corresponding request will be destroyed from in the container, will destroy this object. Then once this object will be destroyed, again you are hitting this, again you are displaying this form and you are entering the values when you submit this button, right? So the corresponding previous information, it is not possible to send the next request. So why? Because this current request 1 is already destroyed. So previous request object is already destroyed. Then it is not possible to forward to the second request, first request information to second request. So to overcome this scenario, the corresponding we can achieve, to achieve this requirement, we are able to use servlet request object. Okay, so this is one of the concepts, servlet request object. Already I explained servlet context. Sorry, servlet context object. Servlet context object is available for each and every web application. So servlet context object will share the data, all the components which are used in the present application, right? So the servlet context object containing all the application information, so which is present in the web application. So due to this reason, servlet context object is unable to provide clear-cut separation between multiple users. For example, let's say, say this application is used by the Sunil. So Sunil is hitting the information, right? So Sunil hitting the information and submit the data. Sorry. Hello. Anyone asking something?
Sir, screen is not present.
Guys, anyone is facing same issue? Okay. Sunil, can you rejoin now again?
Okay, sir.
Able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you use servlet context object, let's say where you stop. Yeah, Sunil is submitted this form. So finally he got the response and the corresponding servlet information containing the corresponding application details. Again, Shushmita is sent the request again. So it will not provide proper information, the corresponding information, right? So maybe it will be overriding the first user information to second user. So it will not provide multiple users information. Let's say currently servlet context object, it will have two users information. One is Sunil and another one is Sushmita. So, but servlet context will not be unable to provide clear cut information for the existing two users. To overcome this problem, we can use session tracking mechanisms. These are all the drawbacks why you can use a session tracking mechanism to overcome whatever explained these points. These points we need to overcome these problems, and we can use the session tracking mechanisms. Are you clear now, guys? Any doubts? Just say yes or no, guys.
No, sir, no doubts.
Okay. So before you starting the before you can use the session tracking mechanism, right? First you can understand one concept. So first of all, what is session? You need to understand before you can use before you can start the session tracking mechanism. What is session? Session is a time duration. Okay, session is a time duration. It will start from the starting point to of client conversation with the server. So for example, let's say for a sorry guys. So for example, what is session, right? For example, let's say Sunil is opened this URL and this is the application form. So Sunil is submitted this request data and submitted, and finally once he click the submit button, he is able to get the information, right? Let's say for example 404, okay, and I'm giving ring and 15,000 submit. See, the corresponding data is displayed in the browser. So the corresponding entire time from starting to end time, right? Starting means when you open this URL, when you get the response to the browser, this entire time is calculated as a whatever time is taken, that is nothing but session. Okay. So in the servlet mechanism, the corresponding entire time to calculate, that is nothing but a session. So session is nothing but session is object is available in the server machine. Means application, each application containing session object. Okay, how you can data transfer from from client to server through multiple number of requests during the particular session. This is called the state of this session. Previously, I explained one scenario. At a time, let's say for example, currently 3 members who are all, so let's say Chetan, Sunil and Sushmita. These 3 people are using same application. See, he submitted same request. 3 users, right? So this time the multiple users, not single user, right? How many users are accessing this application? 3 users. So 3 users submitted same request. The corresponding information should be carried from the from client to server. What is the client? Browser. What is the server? The corresponding application deployed in the server, right? That is the server. So The complete multiple users request is stored into the one object. That is nothing but the corresponding session object. Okay, if you want to allow multiple users on the single web application, then you have to prepare the multiple number of session objects. Okay, so to achieve this mechanism, we can use session tracking mechanism. Okay, so how many types available session tracking mechanisms? First one is HTTP session mechanism, and the second one is cookies session tracking mechanism, and third one is URL rewriting session tracking mechanism. Fourth one, hidden form fields. These four are session tracking mechanisms. Okay. So one new Swati, this is your first class. Swati, are you there? Hello, Swati. Okay, fine. So first one is HTTP session mechanism. So you can see what is the HTTP session. Yeah, this one. So if you want to use HTTP session mechanism, so in the application, when you can use HTTP session mechanism, so we will create separate HTTP session object for each and every user. For example, let's say current application using by the Sushmita, he submitted one request. For this request, we can create one HTTP session object, and again Sunil is submitted one request. For each request, we are creating the one HTTP session object for each and every user. So totally 2 session objects created by the each user. Like when you Sushmita submitted request, for her it will create one session object. Sunil, when you create the submit, the for Sunil also it will create one session HTTP session object. For each and every user, what is the final conclude? Each and every user containing one HTTP session object when you are working with HTTP session tracking mechanism. So at each and every request we will request, right? For example, each and every request, for example, Sushmita and the Sunil scenario, he will submit one request, right? We will pick the request parameters, right? So let's say what is the parameters in this scenario? In this scenario, parameters should be product ID, product name, and product cost, right? These are all the request parameters, and we will store into the respective session objects. Normally, normal servlet application where you are storing these parameters, request object. So that is the main difference. Let's say, for example, this is include app. Okay, I will show you the difference in the implementation. So here, okay, this is normal servlet. This is my HTTP servlet. Sorry, this is normal application. This is my HTTP session application. Let's say here we are using HTTP servlet request. Here we are using, let's assume, finally the do-get method, it will take the servlet request only. But after that, once you are getting the data right from the input, where you are storing HTTP session request.get session. Finally, session object will come from request. So session dot set attribute. How you can pass the values to the session object? By using set attribute method. Set attribute method is expecting key and value. Key should be the, if you want, you can use any name, but parameter what you are using, uname and uase. So like this, you are putting the values into the session object. Okay, see here. So next one. So there are two methods is available. One is request.get session to get the session object. Finally, we have another method is how you can get the session object from the what will be the scope here. See, for example, when you work with the session object HTTP session, once you can create the session object, for the session object you have to set the values. Okay, so by using set attribute method, you can pass the values to the session object. So how you can get the values from the session object, right? So session.get attribute, you can pass the, while setting the values, you can pass the key and value. But while getting the session object, session.get attribute, you can pass the key only. What is the key? Uname. So there are two methods. One is, there are two scenarios. Create session object. Okay. Set the values to session object. Okay. So for time being, I am showing get the session values from session object. Okay. What is the syntax? Session dot get attribute. I'm passing uname. Okay. But currently I am not using this data. Just I'm putting comment. Okay. These three methods regarding session. Okay. So now we can see. So now we can see the implementation. So here, let's say this is my session object. So session application. So here I'm in the web app folder. I have taken, this is my form 1, form 2, form 3. Form 1 contains name and age. Okay. Form 2 contains qualification designation. Okay. Form 3 contains email, submit button. Sorry, email and mobile. So how you are getting form 1 data into form 2, form 2 data into form 3. Finally, how you are displaying the response in the end of the application. So here in the web.xml file, I have taken a welcome file. Welcome file list. What is the use of welcome file list? When you deploy this application, automatically form1.html, it will form1.html page will display. So here first servlet and second servlet and display servlet. These are all my servlet classes, the corresponding URL pattern. Display servlet slash display second servlet for slash second, first servlet slash first. So form.xml I am using dot form first slash first, and form 2 content slash second, and form 3 content /display URL pattern. Okay, now go to display first servlet. Here I created doGet. You are getting the data from the input. How you are getting the parameters from the input? Request.get parameter. You can pass the value uname. Here what, how you are, where you are giving the input values, those input values I am getting. Finally, once you are getting the username and age, I'm preparing one HTTP session object. So from the session object, I'm setting the values into the session object. Session.set attribute uname and uname value. Session object.set attribute uage is the value. Okay. Finally, request dispatcher RD equal to request.get request dispatcher. I am passing form to HTML. Then the request in the request will go to the form.toHTML. So here forward I am using. In that case, the response, the corresponding existing response, it will go to the second page, form2.html with session data also. How you are going, how you are sending the data, I will show you in the practical. So let's say first of all I'm sending, I'm deploying this application. See here, this is first HTML page. Form1.html contain name and age. Go to your application. See, form1 is containing name and age. Okay. So now I'm submitting the data. Let's see. See, Sudhakar, and I'm giving the age. Let's say click on go. See, are you able to see here? Page 2 is there. Okay, so let's say for your yeah, do one thing, Control Shift I. So now I'm giving MCA designation. See here, I'm giving details. Second request servlet. See here. Just a second. No need to here. See, so wrong one. Okay. Now see here in the third one. See in the second one, qualification designation I given. Finally, in the form 3, I am giving email and mobile number. Go to here. I am giving email, okay, and mobile number display. See here. So finally, you are display the content in the display servlet. It means third form, but third page, third form 3.html containing email and mobile number. But in this page, there is no any previous data, right? Username, user age, qualification, designation. This data is not, I am not giving in this page, right? How you are getting? So go to servlet page. Okay, here HTTP session.set attribute uname UH, and second servlet HTTP session.set attribute equal e designation. Okay, let's assume. So finally, how you are the session object, it will go through the each and every request. For example, when you submitting the first form, the session object will be having this data, right? This data. Okay, so finally in the second servlet, when you are submitting, so the session object containing previous data, these two fields, and the second servlet containing these two fields, right? Nothing but 4 fields is available, right? In the session 4 parameters is available. So finally display servlet here, see here, string email, string mobile. So these are all the input data. HTTP session is request.get session, uname, uage, uql, udesignation, entire I'm getting session.get attribute. How you are getting the data? Finally your data will be set into the session object. That's what you are getting the session data. So for example, let's say for your confirmation, let's say I'm putting this line comment UH. Okay, now again go to your application, stop the server, again start the application, go to your browser, back. See, now refresh the data, application is successfully fully displayed. Yeah, now go here, name Sudhakar, and 29 age, qualification, senior software, next. Okay, display. So here see, username, user is, qualification, session, everything is null, but it should not. Okay, displays are let. Yeah, see here, these are all not required. Okay, now see why it's coming entire null values. See here, the corresponding, yeah, I will show you debug application. Okay, see now, why it's not coming inside. Why it's not coming debug point. No, I think application is not running, terminated. Now I'm running again, run as debug on server, application, next, HTTP. Yeah, okay. It should come more first servlet. Yeah, I'm explaining how to do in debug mode, but why it's not coming. Yeah, see here, So application executing here. I'm going next debug line. Sorry, next line here. Session object. Console where it is. See here session object. Session object is created or not. This is session object. Next point. Next line. See session object. Session object containing attributes. Only one attributes where it is. See here uname containing Sudha, right? So next is null. See here UA is null or not? Correct, right? So like this, if you are not putting the application, setting the values, automatically the next value should be null. So in this case, the data will not be go to the next next request. So now again I am displaying normal running the application. Save, display. So you understand, right? So how you get the data from session object, right? So by using, you can first of all you can create the session object. So once you can create the session object, you have to mention your parameters. You need to set the parameters to the user. See, when you here, first of all you create the session object. After session object, you have to put the all the parameters into the what values you are sending to next request. Those values you need to put the into session object by using session set attribute. Okay, so finally here second servlet also I am putting two values, qualification and designation. In the display servlet, how you are display the content, finally from this session object you need to call the get attribute and you can pass the key, then automatically the value will be getting from the session object. Uname, UAge, uQualification, uDesignation, these values are available in the session. Those values are coming from session object. So I am displaying those content. If it is able to get the value here, you are able to see the response, otherwise you will see the null, right? So everything is done properly. See, this is the way how you can achieve the HTTP session object. Okay, so HTTP session object containing some drawbacks. What are the drawbacks? So when you work with HTTP session object, session tracking mechanism, we will create separate HTTP session object for each and every user, right? For example, this is your first request. Okay, this is first request. Let's say for example, form 1 is coming from Sunil, form 2 is coming from Sushmita, form 3 is coming from Chetan, right? These are all, let's assume these three applications is HTML pages are different applications. Okay, different users. So for each and every user containing one HTTP session object, right? So where if you are increased number of users, then automatically number of session object will be created. Then server mission, right? At the server mission, these three users containing each session object. So it will reduce the overall session overall performance of the web application. So if you use same application, let's say these three applications, three HTML pages containing same application, but requests are different. First form is using by the Sunil, second form is using by the Sushmita, and third form is using by the Chetan. So these three pages users, not forms, three users containing three session objects, 1, 2, 3. So in that case, so first of all, when you coming first request, it will create the session object. It will take some time. Second request, it will take some time. Third request, it will create session object. So this entire performance issue is having in the HTTP session object. Each user containing each session object, it will take some minutes, milliseconds, right? So it will reduce the application performance finally. So in case of HTTP, that is one point. So second point is second drawback. So when you work with HTTP session tracking mechanism, right, we are able to identify able to identify user specific HTTP session object. For example, if you are if you are submitting three different users among multiple number of HTTP session object, how you are finding which session ID containing which user, right? From client mission to server mission, it's very difficult to identify. So to overcome this problem, in servlets, in session tracking mechanism, one more mechanism they introduced, that is nothing but cookie session mechanism, session tracking mechanism. We need to use cookie. So what is the cookie? Cookie is a small object. It can be used to represent in the single name of value key value pay. The cookie object will be stored into the client mission. In the sense, client mission nothing but browser. Cookie object will be available in the client browser. So if you use HTTP session tracking mechanism, all the client's conversation will be maintained at the server side. But cookie mechanism, in the cookie mechanism, the corresponding client conversations is managed by the browser itself, not server, in client itself. So if you want to overcome above problem, right, the alternative mechanism is the corresponding each and every request alternative. We have to manage all the clients conversation at the respective client missions only. So to achieve this above requirement, we can use cookies session tracking mechanism. Okay, so if you use cookies session tracking mechanism, to at each and every client, will pick all the request parameters, prepare separate cookie for each and every request parameter, and all the cookies to response object. Okay, so finally cookie object what will do? First of all, it will take all the request parameters and it will create the cookie object, all the parameter values to add into the cookie. Okay, the cookie information, it will go to the next request. So cookie, so how you can achieve the cookie implementation? Go to here, guys. Is it clear what is the cookie, how you are implementing the cookie, what is the advantage of cookie? If you have any confusion, please let me know. I will explain one more time. Is it clear? Okay, I'm taking as a S. So now I'm going next example, cookie. Where it is? Yeah, see here. Tell me, guys, any doubt? Yeah, sure. So once after using the session mechanism, HTTP session, right? HTTP session object, if we have some drawbacks. What is the drawback in the HTTP session tracking mechanism? So we will create separate HTTP session object for each and every user. So if you increase number of objects, users, then automatically the number of session objects will be created. Then in that case, performance, we will get the performance issue, application performance issue, we can see. So in HTTP session object, that is one thing. And second one is, if you want to identify user specific HTTP session object among multiple number of HTTP session objects by carrying the session ID. So from client to server and from server to client, it very difficult. To overcome this problem, cookies mechanism introduced. What is the cookie? Cookie is a small object. The cookie is available in the client mission only. HTTP session object will be available in the server mission, but cookie is available in the client mission. Nothing but client in the web application. What is the client? Browser only. Browser only containing cookie object in the permanently, not temporarily. Entire permanently cookie object available in the browser. So when you work with HTTP session tracking mechanism, all the clients conversation will be maintained in the server mission. But in the cookie mechanism, all the client conversations available in the browser level, nothing but client level. Okay. So apart from that, if you increase number of users, then automatically number of session objects will be created, right? To overcome this it will increase the burden of server. So to overcome this problem, the corresponding, we have an alternative solution, that is cookie. Cookie is manage client server client conversation at the respective client missions only. All the client conversations available in the browser itself. So how you can achieve cookie mechanism implementations? First of all, each and every client we will have pick all the request parameters. Request parameters nothing but your input form details. So once you can submit form, right, the cookie, it will get every client pick all the request parameters. After that, it will prepare the cookie object, all the parameter values to add into the cookie, all the cookies to add into the response object. So once you can container will dispatch the response to the client, automatically all the added cookies will be transferred to the client and maintaining the client mission permanently. What is the point here? So when you, first of all, let's say this is my form. Go to here. This is my form. When you click on go, the corresponding parameters will be added into the cookie. First of all, it will read these parameter values. After that, it will create the cookie object. All the cookie object will be added into the response object. Once the response will be displayed into the web browser, the corresponding cookie information available in the client browser. Okay, this is nothing but entire cookie, how you are implementing the cookie mechanism concept. So go to here, this is my cookie object. Go to src folder and web app. See here, same example. Here, form 1, form 2, form 3. Form 1 containing /first, form 2 containing second, form 3 containing reg, registration. Okay. So what is the form 1 containing? Product ID, product name. What is the form 2 containing? Product cost and product quantity. What is the form 3 containing? Manufacture date and expiry date. So finally, the web.xml file containing welcome file in form1.html, first servlet, and this is the URL, and second servlet, this is the URL, and third servlet, registration servlet, and this is the URL. Go to your src and see what is the first servlet it will do. See here, what is the first servlet containing? Product ID and product name. Finally, I am preparing cookie 1 object. How you are create the cookie object? Cookie equal to new cookie, passing the ID and value. PID is the key and PID is the value. In the same way, cookie 1 also, P name also we need to mention in the cookie, right? Cookie C2 equal to new cookie, P product name. And the response, what is the third point I mentioned? Add the cookie objects to the, so in the all the cookies to add the response object. Response dot add cookie C1, add cookie C2. Okay, finally request dispatch. What is the purpose of request dispatcher? The request will go to the next application. So the corresponding current response will carry forward to the next servlet. So here form to HTML forward the request and response. Request I'm sending, response also I'm sending. Request will go to the form.html, response will be already available in the first second request, right? So here here 3 steps is there. First one, we have to read the request parameters, we have to create the cookie object. Finally, all the cookies will be added into the response object. These 3 steps I have only mentioned, right? This is the implementation. Finally, what will happen in the form 2? Go to form 2. Here again, reading the parameters, creating the cookie objects, response I add the cookie objects into the response. Finally, what is the form 3? The registration servlet. Here finally I'm preparing a writer object. See here, this is reading the parameters, creating the, see here I'm seeing one, I'm doing one thing here. So here once read the properties, cookie here array are taken. Okay, cookie equal to request to get cookies. It will give the all the cookies. Okay, so string PID product ID cookie 0 dot get value, cookie p name product name cookie 1 dot get value. So it will get the first two values, means product ID and product name. So again I'm getting previous two. So first servlet containing 2 cookies, second servlet containing 2 cookies, totally 4, right? So in the registration servlet, first I'm reading the current page request data. Finally, I'm getting all the cookies in the cookie object. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Why I'm using integer.parsing? The get value, it will return the string value. So pcost is the integer value, right? So that's what I'm doing the typecasting. Integer, quantity also integer only. So 2, 3 values is nothing but second servlet information, nothing but pcost and pquantity. So once you are everything is getting, finally I'm calling product bean. What is the product bean it will do? So it is the DB logic. So these things and all, I hope you are understand. So here I am preparing MySQL connection. Finally, if register PID, PNAME, PCost, everything I am sending. Finally, if data is there, I am just returning product already existed. So if it is not there, it will go to else block. It will insert the data into database. Okay. So now first of all, I am opening Workbench. So 4 fields is there, right? Then what I have to do? Drop table product. Okay. Use common DB. What happened? Oh. So now create table product. So what is the columns? PID 4040. This is string only. Okay, fine. No, sorry. PID varchar 20. Okay, next P name varchar 50. Okay, now what is the next one? P cost. P cost should be P cost integer 6. Okay, now P quantity integer 6. Okay, now manufacture date man good date. We can take varchar only time being. Okay, now 10. Okay, again exp underscore date. Okay, now this one also we can take as a string. Okay, now enter. Create table product and integer display with the deprecated will be. Okay, you can take as integer int. Okay, and moreover primary key. Okay, now insert this create table product id. Table product already existed, it's removed, right? Refresh. Okay, it's already there. So created. Now go to here. Let's say run this example. You are inserting the data finally. So let's see how execution will go. Okay. See, product registration form. Product ID should be 4041. Name, laptop, next. Again, product cost 35,000 and quantity 1. Next. Manufacture date we can give 10 whatever 23. Okay. Expiry date you can give same 24. Okay, registration. See here, product ID, product name, everything is we are getting. Go to database. See, your data is displayed, inserted. So here you are not creating multiple create. There is no any difference between like say in session, in the HTTP session, each and every time you are creating the HTTP session object, but here you are simply you are putting the value into the cookie 1, cookie 2. So everything, the cookie object will be available in the browser only. It will not stored into the mission, server mission application. This is a mission, the corresponding cookie object available in the browser level, not server level. So that's why you are able to get the session object, cookie object here. Let's see here, cookie equal to request.get cookies. So request.get cookies means the value coming from browser only. When you are getting request.get parameter and get cookies, the value from the values will coming from the browser, not server level. So when you creating the HTTP session object request.get session, the session object will come from in the application itself on the server level. Okay, that is the main difference. So this is the example of cookie object. Okay, here, and one more thing here. So cookie session tracking mechanism also the containing some drawbacks here, right? So what are the drawbacks? If you disable the cookies at the client browser, then cookie session functionality will not work. So that is the main concern. So for example, here in your browser, cookies are disabled, right? Let's say settings. See here. See, cookies are allowed. Here, if you are disable the cookie, block all the cookies, right? When you are enable this blocking one, automatically the corresponding functionality will not work. Okay, that is one disadvantage. What is next one? In case of cookies session tracking mechanism, right? All the client's data will be maintained at respective client mission only. So the corresponding this is here session ID will be client, cookie ID is different. These are entire first four things you are mentioning the cookie, right? The cookie information available in the browser itself. Okay, which is open to every user that mission containing the, so that the session tracking mechanism will not provide security or for the application data. So here, if you are displaying the, if you are disable the cookie, right? If you are disable the cookie, it will not provide any security. Automatically, your application won't work. There is no any security for your application. So this is one disadvantage. To represent a cookie in web application, right? Servlet application, provide predefined class in the site. We have a one cookie class. See here, this is the cookie class. This is the cookie class, right? To create cookie object with the particular name value, key value pair, to use the following object. Like this is how we are using. This is key and value. Key and value. This is the syntax for how to create the cookie. So finally, to overcome these problems, right, we can achieve by you to overcome these problems, we can use URL rewriting session tracking mechanism. Okay, this is the third session tracking mechanism. If you use URL rewriting session mechanism, almost same as session object only, but in the URL rewriting mechanism, so we will not depending on cookie or maintaining any session ID value. Generated form. Okay, we are not doing any like cookie object creation, session object creation. We are not doing URL rewriting itself. We have a mechanism how you are using the previous data request to current request. So if you are disable the cookie, right, in the client browser, but still you are able to get the session ID value from the server's mission. So that is the one advantage of the session tracking mechanism. URL rewriting mechanism. So
If you are work with URL rewriting session tracking mechanism, it is mandated to append the session ID value to the URL by getting the session ID explicitly. How you are getting the using URL rewriting mechanism? So here, see here this is my form. Here I'm taking one deposit form, account number and account name. Okay, so here let's say in the web.xml I have form.xml, first servlet, second servlet and deposit servlet. Okay, 3 servlets are available. Here go to first servlet. I'm taking print outer account number, account name. I'm creating session object, get session, and I'm putting the account number, account name values into the session object. Okay, finally I'm displaying here some I'm preparing one HTML page here, body and form method get action response dot encode URL slash second. So here I'm calling second servlet, and again second servlet containing account type, account branch. Here go to servlet. Here see account type and account. And again I'm getting all the session values into the session object. Finally third URL deposit I'm calling deposit name and depositor amount. Finally here deposit servlet containing all the session object details. Here transaction bean I'm taken. This is nothing but same DB details. So we are doing the final. So here I am calling the establishing the connection statement. Finally deposit, if it is a execute update, right? If account details set, I am doing the deposit information and get total amount I am calculating. Select account details, result.next, total amount, result.get info. I am getting the get total amount. Here display servlet, go to here. Currently I am getting the data from the DB, right? I am storing or updating anything. Finally I am displaying the content. How you are displaying the content here? So URL rewriting means, sir, where are you using the URL rewriting, right? So here in the first servlet, here form response dot encode URL slash second, it will directly go to the second servlet. See what is the difference between previous and example, second example. See here form, only one form is there, but a second form I am preparing in the second servlet and request also. So I am not taking any separate form, right? Form 1 is only regarding first servlet. I am getting the account number and account name. Finally, in the first servlet, I am framing one form. What is the form? Deposit form. Deposit form containing account type and account branch. What is the action? URL pattern slash second, right? So it will, when I click on next, again it will go to the third deposit servlet. In the see here deposit servlet, again you have a deposit name and deposit amount. Finally you are getting the session attribute values. Finally you are displaying the, you are updating the data into the database and you are calculating the total amount. So finally you are displaying the content. See, I am deploying your application. Let's see how you can see the difference. See, this is my deposit form, right? I'm giving account number and account. Okay, maybe what is the database we are using? See, common table only. What is the table name? Account details. Account details not, table is not there, right? We have to create first table. what is the details containing account number. Account number should be string only. Okay, next account number, account name. Okay, next depositor name, deposit amount. Sorry. Okay, next what is this? Debt name, debt amount. Okay. Oh, already taken, right? Account name, account type. Sorry. Yeah. Account number, account name, account type. Next, account branch, ACC branch. Okay. Now, DPT name. Okay. Now, DP amount. Okay. Now, int 10. Where something is missing, int only, right? The number only, right? I'm using account number, worker. Table account details adjusted. Okay. Oh, those is okay, fine. Those are all okay. Now I'm displaying the yeah. So account names worker next, account type savings, account branch CLX next, depositor name. Okay, and 25,000 display. See here see transaction ID generated, transaction name, account number, account name, savings. See here, total amount is should be 0. So go to here, TB total amount, select a star from, yeah, first time maybe data is not there. Then again we can view. So now enter, okay, able to, okay, next savings, likes, okay, 25,000. See, total available amount is 0. It should not fail you. Somewhere it's displaying wrong. So here, what is the issue? Unknown column balance. So finally we are using balance. So
balance they are updating. So we need to take as a balance. Yeah. So Control C, Control V, drop balance int 12. Okay. Now what is the syntax error? See, table is created. Again, I am taking refresh the URL, not cookie example, right? Should be URL rewriting. Guys, you able to follow, right? Just tell me. Yeah, see here. Okay. Next, account type, savings, branch, CLX. Next, turn name, Soda. Deposit name 25,000. Deposit illegal operation empty result set. Yeah, first time you don't have any data, right? So now again go to here, just change the calculation. Next, savings CLX. Next, Soda on 25. Still it's giving illegal operation empty result set. Coding result set statement that execute query, select a star from account details. So what is integer result set for? So okay, do one thing. Number, account name, account type, account branch. So okay. So the problem is the column names is mismatching. Okay, I will set it. Okay. So this is the functionality, guys. Here, first servlet. See here, right? Forms you are seeing, right? Form. See, I will update this example. Okay, here you will get the total available amount. What are the amount? For example, 25,000. Second record you will get 50,000, like that. Okay, so I will update this thing, no problem, but you can understand the concept here, right? Deposit name, deposit amount. So the corresponding, let's say this is the first one. See, first one, it's next. The second page is you are generating in the second servlet. So how you are using this is the URL rewriting concept. This thing. See, this is you are framing the form, and this is the URL rewriting here you are using. Okay, so now how you can use the URL rewriting in the servlet itself? You are using response.encode URL. You are passing the your servlet URL pattern, automatically it will execute the corresponding servlet. So if you use a URL rewriting mechanism, right? Every time you need to rewrite the URL with the session ID value in the generated form. See here, internally you are using this form method get action, right? Internally, the form containing one session ID. The session ID is nothing but it when you are generating the form. This is the second form, right? This is the second form. The form is containing one session ID. For this, we must execute encode URL method. See here, encode URL method you are using, so that when you are using URL rewriting session tracking mechanism should require dynamically generated forms. Your generator, your Java, it's Java layer itself, you are preparing one form, right? Dynamic. This is dynamic form. This is not static. While ongoing, when you executing itself, you are preparing the form, that is nothing but dynamic form, not static form. These are all the static forms. This is not nothing but a static form, but this is not a static form. This is a dynamic form. So if we use generate form, it will not execute its for example, it will not execute its functionality with a dynamic forms. So this is the advantage. See, this is the disadvantage. If you overcome dynamic forms, you have to use, okay, hidden form fields. Okay, what is the hidden form fields? Hidden form field is a session tracking mechanism. It is not official session tracking mechanism from Servlet API. It was purely developer creation. How you are using form field creation in the dev side, right? At each and every request, we will pick all the request parameters, generate dynamic form. In dynamic form generate, we have to maintain present request parameters data in the form of hidden form fields. It will not visible to the user, but backend data, the data will be carry forward to your application. So if you dispatch the response to the client, right, we are able to dynamically form with the visible form fields with the invisible fields. Fields will not be displayed, but content will be displayed. That is the main concept of hidden form fields. How you can implement this session hidden form field mechanism? Let's see here. This is my example. See here, I am taken product form HTML. Okay, product form containing product ID and product description. Go to web.xml. I have a product form welcome file. It automatically it will display the page, first servlet and second servlet, third servlet. Okay, go to your servlet, first servlet containing first servlet. First of all, I am preparing my data from input, right? I am preparing my data input. So here I am writing some HTML content. See here, this is my HTML body, color and welcome product application form. Here see, form method equal to get action, hidden form field app second. So this is my URL pattern for second servlet, and here I am input type equal to previous example I taken text, but here hidden. That attribute name is hidden. The product name and product ID, product description, the corresponding attributes I am taken. These data will not, it will not, these parameters will not visible to the developer. Backend form automatically take the data how it should be. See here, this is your previous request data, current request data, right? Product name, product ID, product description I'm putting into the hidden form field. Finally, product category I'm taken one field. Product category text equal to product cat. Here I'm submitting. It will go to second servlet. Again, all the values, product name, product ID, product description, product cat. Here I'm see request that get parameter. See here in the second servlet there is no any product name and product ID, product description. Where I mentioned only I am putting input to type equal to hidden. Then automatically in the second servlet you are able to get the data by calling request.get parameter. That is the advantage. You are not prepared. Let's say cookie, how you are getting the cookie previous content, we need to call 1 second. Yeah, we need to call first cookie equal to get cookies. This method will give the all the cookies from your request, right? But here you are not second servlet, you are not creating any specifically hidden form field equal to new hidden form field. You are not creating any object. It is not required. Why? Because the corresponding all the data available in the form itself available. Input type equal to text, instead of text you are giving hidden, right? These are all the values available in the form itself, form data only. So that's what in the second servlet I am getting request.get parameter. I'm passing the product name. You are able to, in second servlet you are able to get the data. Okay, and finally I'm again one more I'm displaying the product name, id, description. I'm calling again product field app thought product cat equal to product, show product category. I'm displaying here. See, I will show you while execution you are able to get some idea difference. URL rewriting, I remove form field. See here, control C, I'm taking in browser. See, product name, I'm giving okay, mobile, product ID M111. Okay, product description electronics. Okay, submit. See here, this is second servlet. Okay, see here, product name, product mobile, product ID, product description. So product category I'm giving what I'm giving, just say order, submit. See, product details, product name, product on, product description, show product category. See, these are all data is coming from only from farm data only. I am not creating any data here, right? Just first of all in the first servlet you are getting the data. Finally you are putting into the form, like input type equal to hidden value, input type equal to hidden value, input type equal to hidden value. Finally you created one form, product category, input type equal to text. Finally you are entering one product category, right, and submitting. Then automatically in the third servlet you are displaying everything. See, in the print product category response, product category pink color, the link will enable, right? Go to here, the see here product category order, where you are putting product category order. See here, product category, display content. See, in the second servlet, see this one. In second servlet, you are not creating any data. Simply, you are displaying the data from the product description request.get parameter. But in the first servlet, you are putting into the hidden form field. So this is the difference. Okay, so how you can use the hidden form field? Simply first you can submit the form, you are getting the data, you are putting into the hidden field. Finally you are going to next page, and where you are displaying this content, right? In the second page I am displaying. Go to second servlet. See your product ID, product name, product description, product name, product ID, product description, you are displaying from request parameter. Already data will available in the form itself, not in Java side, right? So this is the difference, and you likewise you have to implement the session tracking mechanisms. Okay, so these are all the examples. Everything is done, and one final example is there. Send redirect tab. See here, send redirect mechanism. We have separate concept in the web.xml. In the web.xml, I have product servlet and product servlet slash product, right? In the product servlet, see here, customer app, where it is. Yeah, see here, I have a customer app. So send redirect means in the servlet itself you are using some other application URL. See here in the servlet, product servlet do get method response dot send redirect HTTP localhost 8080 customer app customer.html page. Where is the customer application? Customer app. This one. This is the customer application. Here just you are displaying the HTTP page, that's all. So sorry, HTML page you are displaying. How you can, for example, if you want to develop any application, right, instead of just content, you can prepare one HTML page like order ID, order number, order name, everything. You can take it, you can prepare one servlet and you can display the content. You can try that one also. Let's say for example, for timing I'm using I'm displaying content. So products are response send redirect means in the one application I'm calling another application. See, this request you will redirect to the next some other application request. Let's say first of all I'm but whatever you are using this URL, right, it should be running in the server. This application is not running in server, you are getting error. So let's say so send direct app one also I'm in displaying. Yeah, take this one and what is the URL? Slash product, right? So see the customer application 8080, right? So the corresponding URL, this port number is already using some other application. So what is the, go to here browser and 7979. Okay, now again send direct. Now hit this URL, not this one. Yeah, product. See here finally where it is routed, you are mentioned send direct mechanism. But if instead of this one you can use any application. Let's say for example I can use this one URL rewriting. What is the URL for this? Sorry, hidden form field. Okay, I can use this one. Okay, I'm using this one. This one also fine. Let's assume now see enter product. See hidden form field application, right? Inside servlet you are using different URL. This is nothing but send redirect mechanism. In the servlet how you can use another URL, another application, right? So this is the way you can use send redirect mechanism. This is nothing but send redirect mechanism, how you can use external URLs in the servlet application. Okay, So apart from that, so yeah, final example. So we'll complete the filter. So final concept, filter. So what is the purpose of filters, right? See here, I'm taken one form, person name, person ID, person, so whatever it is. See, right? I taken one form here in web.xml file. I have taken person servlet, person filter. See, this is my person servlet, and this is my filter. Filter also you need to mention same way. Filter name, filter class, filter mapping, filter and URL pattern filter. So here person form.html. So what is the purpose of filter, right? So here I'm taking person name, person is person ID. You are displaying here person name, person is person ID. So in the person filter, what you are doing, so how you can implement filter? Filter is nothing but if you are performing any like condition based execution, before servlet you can execute something, after execution, after servlet execution you can do something, right, by using filter. Means what is the filter? If you want to perform any logic operation, if you want to execute any logic before a servlet execution, you have to use filter concept. You can create one filter class, you can implement filter automatically, it will ask, you can override unimplemented methods, destroy and do filter method. Do filter method expecting request response and filter chain. Finally what I'm doing, just filter out equal to response dot get writer or filter preparing one form. So here I'm checking one condition, int age equal to, I'm getting the age, right? So if age less than 18, then I'm displaying the content. Okay, let's say, see here I'm displaying the application, running the application. I don't want this one and this one. I'm displaying the filter app. So here see filter app form. I don't want this thing. See here submit. See here, this is our app, right? Where I'm giving, so the ID 8324 age 30. Just giving submit. See, hello team, your details are name on display. Enjoy the fashion show. See here, this is your details. Let's assume again I'm displaying this content again. So I'm giving 70. See, you are not allowed for this fashion show because you are minor. See, new person form. Again, it's displaying the content. So, see, if you are doing some filter logic, right? Before you are executing your actual servlet, we have to do something, then you can go for the filter. So, filter will execute before servlet execution. Okay, this is the way. For example, when you are using which situations you are using filter. So for example, if you taken any banking application, right, if you are transforming the, if you are sending the any amount, so first of all the account will be existing account or not, you can check those filter logic. You can use filter, right? So who can create the filter? First you can create the class and you can implement the interface, filter interface. You can override the destroy and do filter method. In the do filter method, you can write the your logic. Okay. Is it fine? You are able to understand? This is not required. Okay. Now, what is this validation app? Okay, okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, this is normal way only. Yeah, this is filter only. Okay, fine. You can able to understand this concept. Not required. Yeah. Okay. Okay. These are all the examples. I will post it into this report to now. Filters. Yeah. See here in the servlets. In the servlets, I will remove these examples. I will put all these examples in the JDBC. In the JDBC folder, I will put JDBC examples. Okay. You can refer those to everything. Okay. So servlets is completed. So you can practice these examples. Okay. And if you have any if you have any issues, please let me know. And tomorrow, this Friday, today Thursday, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, JSPs will discuss. Okay, maybe Monday or Tuesday we will start the spring. But while starting the spring, I need to discuss some tools, guys, like Maven. Okay, Maven, JIT. I will explain JIT end to end, and I will explain some Jira. Okay, these tools I will explain before start the spring. Okay, so I will do one thing. Guys, any doubts? Please let me know. Hello? Guys, hello? Aishwarya, Sunil, Shushmita, you are able to follow the examples. You understand the servlets. See, my personal suggestion, you have to practice these examples. Okay, if you are not practicing, spring is very difficult to understanding the concept. Okay, it's very request to wrapper. No. Sorry, anyone is asking something? Yeah, see, entire examples I'm just right now I'm pushing it. These commands and all I will explain. Git add slash git status. Okay, git commit and Yeah. See, go to this URL. See, servlets. Okay. This entire examples is available. Go through all the examples. If you have any issues, please let me know. You are unable to run the application or unable to find the facing any issues running the application, everything, please call me, give a call, I will explain. Now this is not this one, and search. Yeah, okay. So now this is my JDBC, right? But JDBC second CD JDBC. I will do one thing. Okay, now go to this repository. Okay, Control C. Yeah, so go to here, copy this thing, JDBC, Control V. CD. Git init space git add git status. Yeah, git commit JDBC for examples. Escape, WQ, enter, git push. Go to refresh. Okay, see the corresponding all the examples, result set, everything is available. JDBC examples, can practice and let me know. Any doubts, guys?
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry?
Sir, these all how we need to practice in the
Sorry?
like in Eclipse and all.
I
Sir,
didn't.
are you able to hear me?
Yeah, your voice is audible, but I didn't understand your question. Can you repeat your question?
Sir, you covered these all concepts, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like how we need to start from the beginning now if we are doing this JDBC connection and all.
So that's what I told you, right? First of all, you have to install MySQL database.
Yeah, we installed, sir. We install all softwares now.
Okay.
But
And
I need to.
you have IntelliJ, right? Sorry, Eclipse.
Eclipse also I have, sir.
So then first of all, go to here. I have just shared you the link.
Yeah.
Go to first. You can start from JDBC. Okay. Go to JDBC example. First, you can go to Eclipse. How to just create the Java project, right?
Yeah.
So first to create the Java project. After that, we have to add MySQL jar dependency.
Okay.
I will repeat. I will tell you one more time. See here. First, once you can create the Java project, right click, new or Java project, right? So create your Java project and click finish. Give your Java project name. After that, right click, new, sorry, build path, configure build path. Okay, select this one. No, not this one. Libraries here, module path. Select add external jar. So before you need to do this step, you have to select. You need to download MySQL jar dependency. Here, I already showed you how to download this jar file. You need to select and open. Automatically, you will get the jar file like this. Okay. So once you can done this step, you are ready to start the JDBC examples. Why? Because we have properly configured JDBC library. So go to here. First of all, JDBC. First start from here. Table creation example. Sorry, connection example. Once you are able to everything this example properly connected and you are able to see this connection object printed, then you can go to this example. Okay, after that, after creation, you can prepare, you can use insert operation. This is one example, this is another, this is update, and this is delete. After that, we can prepare result set example. After that, we can check prepare statement examples. Finally, you can prepare this entire CRUD operations. Okay. Before this entire step, you have to do it this one. Remaining, no need to do anything. Everything is continue process. Once you can create this project, add dependency, you can go, you can write the one example like each class. Okay. Any doubts? This is when compared to servlet, sorry, this is JDBC. When servlets, right? First time we have to same IntelliJ, sorry, Eclipse, and we have to download Tomcat server, install in your location. After that, we have to start your examples. Okay. So same thing, switch workspace, servlets. I already given a step. I mean, what is the how I explained topic by topic. You can practice. First of all, you can practice this one. First example. Next, generic servlet app. Next, HTTP servlet app. After that, just you can practice parameters app is there. Sorry, headers app. Okay, parameters app. Okay, next I explained one login application. This is one, and next I have explained context app, config app. Finally, I explained again request dispatcher. Request dispatcher. This is one example. Another one is include app and forward app. Finally, cookies. Next one, hidden form field, HTTP session, URL rewriting. And next one, filter app. That's all. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any confusion, please give me a call. I will explain how you are do the practice. Guys, once I will start the spring, it's very difficult to practice these things. Before starting the spring, you have to complete this entire assignments. Otherwise, it's very difficult to once you are go to the spring, right? We very huge projects we will discuss. Go again here, go to here. Let's say in JD here rest. See, I will do you one thing. Yeah, spring. See here, spring containing these much examples. Spring, these are all the spring core, everything. This is spring ORM, okay, and these are all spring MVC, okay, and next again we have a one restful spring boot with restful web service application, okay, like see it looks like very small project, but when I am explaining, lot of functionalities available under this example. And one more thing, here we have a one student management project with the UI, like theme lift UI is I given, and another one is I have one more employment management system, that is Angular and Spring Boot containing. I will, so these entire structure we need to discuss, and I will give you the code walkthrough everything. After that, apart from that, we have to do these things, and then in between we have to discuss Jira. So if you go to real time, right? If you go to real time, each and every, I mean, for example, let's say one day I will show you how it should be in real time. Let's say these examples, right? When you are entering into your project, nowadays everyone is agile methodology. What is agile? We will explain later. And for each and every developer, we have some dashboard. They will assign the tickets from the Jira dashboard. What is the Jira and everything, I will explain. And next, Maven, very important build tool. Maven, what is the Maven? What is the purpose of Maven? Okay, and next one, what is Jira, Maven, and how we can use Jenkins, okay, IntelliJ, okay, and STS, another like Eclipse, STS is there, and Oracle database, okay, and going forward JUnit test cases, how we can write everything. I will explain. So it is not possible to practice at a time all those examples. If you are a very confusing, before starting the spring, you can complete these examples. You can ping me anytime, okay, I will respond. That's all for today, guys. Any doubts? Sir, how to practice codings and all? Maybe I given the answer.
Yeah,